This time on Final Offer.
Obscene is fine.
We deal in the obscene.
The walls of the warehouse are going to rock with sounds of cannons. While our 4 daring dealers fire off top dollar offers on everything from smash guitars
I'm going to offer you $8,888.
to a lock of the king's hair.
Okay, what about final offer $5,000 for that hair?
These dealers have all made fortunes knowing what to buy and how much to pay for it.
There's authentication and there's valuation. We have a problem with the valuation.
Right. And they're never afraid to part with big money. Their own money.
I say we make a deal.
Here's how it works. A seller negotiates with one dealer at a time.
What would you take to make a deal right now?
$85,000. $200,000.
$1 million.
The seller can accept an offer
I think we have a deal.
Excellent.
or reject it, moving on to the next dealer in hopes of landing a higher price.
No, it's too low.
You sure?
But be warned, if a seller passes on a dealer's offer, there's no turning back.
I'm going to send you out of my room, and you're going to leave $250,000 here?
It's a high-stakes face-off.
No counter?
Play it smart, you could take home a barrel of cash.
Cash? Yep, cash.
Get greedy, and you can kiss the money goodbye.
I was going to pay $320,000 for this stock.
I'm Michael Kalish, and I'm the gatekeeper for these 4 high rollers. Billy Rowland is a straight-talking New Yorker who loves the rush he gets from taking risks.
I am beyond pissed. I could have walked out and made $100,000.
Jordan Tayback Bank is the pawnbroker to the stars. Watch out, he's a wolf in sheep's clothing.
What is your absolute bare bones bottom price? Don't say $1 million.
Jake travels the world buying and selling treasures. The kid's a ruthless deal maker.
I'm like ready to throw you out right now.
Feel free to.
The guy in the bling is Patrick Painter. His 2 favorite colors are green and gold.
One of the best days I make money, honey.
They all have big money and they know how to use it. So let the dealing begin. Final Offer is open for business.
What did you bring?
We have a nice piece of history here. We're out here to sell our Civil War signal cannon, which came from the General James Longstreet collection.
So, I mean, this thing wasn't used in combat.
Well, it was used in combat for signaling the troops to move in the various directions that General Longstreet's ordering them.
During the Civil War, Lieutenant General James Longstreet earned a reputation as a tactical genius. His innovative strategies that were orchestrated by signal cannons resulted in Confederate wins at the Battle of Second Bull Run, Fredericksburg, and Chickamauga. Longstreet fought in almost every major battle during the Civil War, earning him the nickname Warhorse.
Where'd you acquire this from?
Well, Suzy and I were on a trip down in Gettysburg when we went to see the Longstreet Monument. I wanted to show it to her because I'm one of the descendants of General James Longstreet. We really acquired the signal cannon by chance. We were looking at one of the shops in Gettysburg. The owner, when he heard that I was a descendant of the Longstreet family, he just, had to show us this cannon that he had there on display. We were probably thinking $25,000.
You're still listening today. What are you doing?
Go for a little trip to Mexico or something.
If proven to be Longstreet's, it could be worth as much as 40 grand. Without authentication, it's worth about 3. Richard and Suzy are going to have to produce airtight documentation if they want to get top dollar and their trip to Mexico.
Can you shoot it?
Oh yeah, we shot it. We even took a video of it if you'd like to see that. So we're going to be using a powder charge that's wrapped in aluminum foil. We have a steel ball, and we're using our wad of paper here to help seal this. Okay, now I'm going to insert the fuse, get this set for firing.
Wow. I would like to put it in my Manhattan store and let everybody look at it through the window. And take it upstate and have a little fun with it before I sold it.
You're a descendant?
I am.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
My
You're a
mom
descendant.
is Dorothy Longstreet,
Wow.
and either our great-great-grandfather or great-great-uncle, but we're direct descendants to the general.
How do I know he didn't walk into some antique shop and the guy just said, oh yeah, this belongs to your great-great-grandfather? It's a big coincidence.
Seeing that it's a family heirloom, any sentimental value here?
My mom said let it go.
I think we need to get in a room and try to buy this thing.
Well, that would be fun.
I've got to find out the chain of title. If the seller can convince me that it was in fact the general's, I'm game.
So who do you want to see first?
I think it's best if we go see Bill first. He seemed the most genuinely interested.
And will you play ball on this?
A little ball, maybe.
Yeah?
A little bit. If they come in with a real low offer, Suzy can really negotiate well when she has to. She's not the type of person you want to corner.
Stay strong.
All right, thank you.
See you in a bit.
Richard and Suzy have high hopes for their cannon, but will these lofty goals stand in the way of making a deal?
I have a couple of questions, naturally. Provenance that you brought. There's no letter that puts that cannon with General Longstreet.
That's correct. That's correct.
Just-
We only have the provenance from the Gettysburg gallery.
You know, I put, without provenance, I put that cannon $7,000 to $10,000 range. With provenance, $40,000 isn't even an issue.
Without provenance, you have no saleability. They probably think I'm pulling a fast one on them with this cannon. I'm not. The provenance is weak.
I think in order to make that cannon a $40,000 cannon, you need to do a little bit more work.
Right.
I really wish that I could come to some, you know, realistic offer. But I'm going to make an offer, and I'm going to say between that 7 and 10, we'll say $8,500.
Well, you know, we're basically looking at somewhere around $25,000.
How much less than 25 would you say?
Well, how much would you say?
My final offer is $10,000.
You know he's going to sell it for 20, and how would that make you feel?
Bad, because I don't think he's going to sell it for 20. I think he's going to sell it for 40. No, that's just too low.
Okay. I wish I had a chance to shoot it, but
Maybe one of these days.
there you go.
Hey, thank you.
Okay, thanks again.
Bill took a real gamble on offering 10 grand on an item that had very little provenance. Will the other dealers take the same leap of faith? Or did Richard and Suzy just walk out on their only chance at a $7,600 profit?
Here's my dilemma. If it is a Civil War signal cannon, we're talking about hundreds of dollars. If it's a Civil War signal cannon that belonged to General Longstreet, we're talking about tens of thousands of dollars.
Correct.
Point me to the sentence in your provenance that you have that says, ironclad, bulletproof, this belonged to General Longstreet.
Ironclad.
Well,
Well,
came
no, I
from
guess
the
it wouldn't be
collection.
ironclad. 'Cause,
It wouldn't be ironclad.
That's right.
Cannons from this era, they don't typically bring a whole lot of money. Some larger cannons do, but signal cannons, they're small. It's not like you got a 6-pounder or something like that. So the only thing that would establish such a value would be major provenance.
Correct.
Because in order for me to turn around and sell it to somebody else, I have to convince them that it's worth that much money. And the most I could offer you for this thing is $1,000.
No, we wouldn't even be interested at all.
But I'm just being frank with you. I don't know anything about it. This is honestly not my area.
Ah, that's okay. Well, we
Fair enough.
appreciate
Thank you,
your time and you taking
Thank
a
you,
look
sir.
at it. I think if we did one thing differently, it would be to see Bill last. Anything you want to say?
No.
So what happens with Cannon now? Where do we go from here?
Working on our provenance better
Yeah.
and do a little more research.
So that's going to be a difficult process.
Good
Thanks
luck.
for
Thanks for
having us.
having us.
Yeah,
Yep.
really enjoyed it.